All right, welcome back. This is the Fine Point Podcast, coming to you live from Fine Line Studios in St. Louis County in St. Louis, Missouri. We are a day program. Do a quick roll call before we get started here. This is podcast number 7. We've been away for a while. It's been about a month since the last one. We're going to try to do them a little more regularly for you.
It's pretty amazing we got to 7.
It is. We haven't been taken off the air yet.
This was a venture that we tried.
And I tried it by myself. You remember those days?
Oh man, yeah,
it was rough.
Steven's laughing. That's how rough it was. So.
It's hard to kind of write the script, have everything in mind, and run the board, and worry about the technical side. You can't do it all.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot behind it.
There is a lot to go around.
I want to do a video. I forgot about setting up the video camera. Maybe next time, just to get a little clip. Show people what it looks like in here because we got all the instruments. We were in the music studio in the middle of the day program. I was walking around a second ago. People are painting, drawing, going on outings today. There's a recycling group, all kinds of stuff. We support adults here.
There's a lot of them.
So, quick roll call to my left on the buttons and the faders, Evan Fortune.
I'm back.
Round of applause.
I'm back with a vengeance.
Feel free
time.
to clap, Brian. Come on now.
Brian's just kind of sour because he hasn't been on a podcast for a while.
He had the Triple Crown 1 through 3, but he's back, and we'll get to him. All right, next up we have Charles, Laura, Danielle in the back. Cody, man, is here. Steven and Mr. Brian, as I mentioned. Quick recap of last week. We did a little thing called Stump the Chump. It was kind of like the Newlywed Game, but with roommates. So Team Eastgate, Virginia and Cheryl, clear-cut winners.
Just nailing it.
I know. They did really well, actually, of knowing each other. Make sure you go to SoundCloud to check out the last podcast.
Which was interesting to me because I really thought Team Taco Bell was going to take that one.
I know.
What number was that?
That was number 6.
Thanks, Steven.
That's what we did,
Okay.
number 6. So if you want to go back and listen to number 6, you can hear
You
that.
have to help me out. Go back to that on my phone.
Yeah, I'll show you the page. Yeah,
that's what we do,
and you can
man.
listen to all the music. SoundCloud, I hear
I
there
have
might
a
be going away.
SoundCloud app on my phone.
Oh, sweet.
Well, then you're good. Then you're halfway there.
Click on it. Go to Fine Line Studios page. We got a bunch of music on there. The podcasts are getting lost because we're uploading so much music. But
cool. You have to up, down, up it.
yeah, exactly.
You up, down, up it all the time, man.
I mean, you need to update it.
Update it.
So
Update it.
last week, shout out
You
Team.
know what I mean.
Correct. Shout out Team Eastgate, Virginia and Cheryl. They won. Shout out Team Taco Bell's. They did pretty well. Not as good as Team Eastgate. And then shout out Thomas, the scorekeeper, a new participant on the podcast, Staff Thomas.
Who's incredibly disappointed that he couldn't be here today. So
I know.
This is in memoriam of Thomas.
Somewhere he's out there wishing he was here. One other bit of news. We had our second Get Down event, which is our music performance held here. That was on June 30th. We had a bunch of performers, people DJing. Staff Danielle's in the room, actually put a great choir together, and they sung a couple songs for us.
Yeah.
Laura, who's in the room, actually participated and sung a song. It was so awesome. Your staff was here. We were clapping along. Our actually sister studio, shout out Blank Canvas, they came with a bunch of artists. Man, it was awesome. Laura, how do you think your performance did? How well did you do? Oh, okay.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how do you think you pulled it off?
10.
10. Just getting
Very nice.
cocky.
More importantly, what do you think about those shirts? Shout out Ashley for that logo she designed.
I like them. I wore my shirt just the other day.
Steven got one. He was the bar back for our water bar. We had water drinks with food coloring. And how'd that turn out? How'd you like doing that job, Steven?
I really liked it. It was a lot of fun.
It went from classy odds 4 o'clock in the morning to like classy odds 8 p.m. at night. So.
That was awesome. And you did a great job. I talked to Morgan and Amy, and they were like, Steven's done a great job. You had your towel, you were getting glasses, getting ice and stuff. So appreciate that. That was like outside. We had the main room where all the people performing, DJing, and then outside we had this like water bar where I brought some books and the bean bags, and man, it looked really cool.
It was just a chill day. It was just a chill
It really
music.
was a chill day.
Yeah, it was
and
a good one.
We're doing
for
it
us.
again in late August as well. We got some big plans. I need to talk to Kenny and have like a meeting. Laura, what's up?
What day is in August?
It's going to be late August. Kim wants us to change the day so it's not on a Thursday or Friday each time so different people can come. So we're thinking maybe Wednesday or I don't know. Like I said, I need to talk to Kenny. keep in mind this is a lot of work. You know, I got a little stressed out last time, but
We're doing live bands next time. We're gonna try
I
to
want to do
that.
live bands.
So,
Terrell and Brian and our new band might perform.
the Get Down 3.0 is about to
Hey,
happen.
Chris,
We got big plans. I want to go all day this time. We'll see. All right, Steven, you're up
if
first.
we could, I would like to have it out in the way back.
I was thinking the
parking
warehouse.
lot.
I was
parking
thinking,
lot.
dude, you read my mind. I was thinking the warehouse.
Yeah,
You open the doors.
Not in the warehouse, but in the, what do you call it, the parking lot.
No, I'm thinking, the warehouse, you open the doors and just have everyone right out there. I'll put the turntables right there, and then we'll have the bands
No, I was
inside.
going to say have the turntable put outside and outside in the very
I don't know.
back.
I wanted to be up high, so it's like a stage, so right on the
Oh,
dock.
oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
I
we can
didn't think
look
about
down
all
on
that.
our
It doesn't matter. You're not going to
fans.
be there, Steven. You're going to be busy holding down the bar again, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll be doing this time.
Figure out something. We want to invite the neighbors. The only problem with that is the ceramics room, so we need to like cover up all the
Oh, yeah.
pottery or
We need
something.
to move
I'm thinking
all
if we
that.
move that and then put like the instruments in front of that, I don't
We need to move.
I don't know.
them
There's nothing more
ceramics
rock and
in.
roll than just smashing
breaking
ceramics.
stuff.
So.
Yeah, for
Laura
real.
is patiently had her
We
hand
don't
up.
need that.
Let's get to Laura. Laura had her hand up. What's up?
My birthday's in August 10th.
Ooh.
So you
all
trying to
right.
get down on your
Our
birthday?
Patty's birthday before yours.
I know.
Oh.
Very nice.
I already ordered her something too.
I'll be 27.
Avon.
That's awesome. That is a great
I ordered
age.
her
But one
charm
thing I
necklace.
did not like is my grandma got buried on my birthday.
Well, that's a super downer thing to say, but I'm sorry about your grandma.
It's okay.
All right. All right.
So we got a smaller group. We only have 3 active participants on the podcast. Charles and Cody always here. I appreciate you guys. One final bit of news. Our Facebook store is up and running. Aaron, our art coordinator, is just uploading a bunch of jewelry today, and that Munchy Crunchy Taco shirt is up there for sale. So you guys, I know you listeners want to buy some art, just go to the Facebook store. I'm pretty sure you just type in the price, and then we send it out and make all those arrangements. So check out our Facebook page. It's on the SoundCloud profile. If not, go to facebook.com/Fine Line Studios.
We're trying to get Laura that gold chain that she's been looking for so long. So help her out.
We'll get there. All right, next up, the most exciting segment of the podcast, the introductions. Not yet, Steven. Not yet.
He's been patiently
We got a
waiting.
special segment with Steven later. Not yet, but he's holding the script. I like your enthusiasm. First up, our introductions. So, Laura, you're here. We love the fact that you're here. We love your art. Can you introduce yourself to the audience and maybe just tell us a little something about yourself and what type of art you like to do here at the studio?
My name is Laura Large, and I like Florida Georgia Line. I went to go see their concert
With your staff.
with my staff.
And you sung one of their songs at the Get Down, our musical performance, last June 30th.
What was the song again?
Holy by Florida Georgia Line.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I got everyone to clap. That was awesome.
I
Yeah.
gotta look that up on my phone.
You got
Everybody,
always on your phone, man.
everybody from Blank Canvas was there cheering me
Yeah.
on. My staff was there.
They showed up early. I apologize. I was like, oh, I'll get Laura on early so there's not as many people there. The next thing you know, there's like 12, 15
Then
people
when
walk in.
Rihanna came on, I was singing in the back because my staff told me to get up there, and I said,
Yeah.
You had backstage passes.
Backstage passes the guitar. Maybe we should do that next time. A VIP package.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That would be kind of cool.
that is awesome.
maybe we should invite Florida Georgia Line.
You know, I'll send an email out to them and see.
I'm pretty sure this podcast is the only thing they listen to on the bus, so they probably would be interested. They're probably happy that you.
And I
finally
also
got
had a
on.
dream that they came to my house
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
on my
yeah.
birthday.
Wow.
And then what did you guys do? So Florida Georgia Line showed up. Then what happened?
I got on their bus.
Nice. And you're like, see, I'm out. That's awesome.
All right, you got to be very careful with those rock stars and getting on buses, though. You know that, right?
Who made you boss?
Yeah, call them out. Ooh, I like the look she's giving with that arms crossed. So, Laura, what type of art do you like to work on here? Let's go back to the studio. What type of stuff? I know you like to do jewelry. What else do you like to work on?
Crocheting.
We're going to do some of that this afternoon.
Yeah, you're more into the textile stuff here. A little different than the painting and the ceramics. You're more into the I can either wear it or wrap myself up in a blanket or something. So that's
Very
awesome.
good. All right. Thank you, Laura, so much for coming out. I know it's early in the morning, but we're having a great time here. We've got a great group. Next up, Mr. Steven. Looking sharp today. Introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes, I'm Stephen Oliver, and I like to do like cool drawing with rulers and pencils.
A lot of geometric shapes as well.
Yeah, that's kind of a new thing for you too, Steve-O. You used to do a lot more like landscape art and some figure drawing, and then you kind of got into the abstract stuff, and you're kind of killing it with the abstract stuff. So it's awesome, dude.
Very good. So, Steven, you've sold some art here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the classic fine point question, what do you like to do with the money that you get from all this art that you're selling?
I'm buying like DVDs, games,
What are your favorite types of movies to get?
all kinds.
All of them.
What was the last movie you got?
What is it called? Beethoven.
Really?
Oh, the dog. About
Classic.
the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
prefer Beethoven's second, but the
I
first one's
got
good.
that one.
You got a wow.
I got Beethoven second.
You got the
Don't
trilogy.
they have all three?
They probably have a 4 and a 5.
Is-
I think I get the latest one they just came out
I think
with.
they just took that franchise and
Yeah.
rolled
Is
with
he
it.
related to Air Dog? Did they hang out at all?
That I really don't know. That I don't even really know, but I think so.
Air Bud.
Air Bud.
Yeah, Air
Bud.
Bud,
Sorry.
Air Bud.
Yeah.
They're dogs.
Air dogs, just dogs floating up in the sky. All dogs
They
go to
probably
heaven.
hang out.
They
is my
probably do,
guess.
but I don't know. So I just know I got the last one.
Go to the park, share the same water bowl.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep,
Check
they
out the
do,
fire
they do.
hydrants.
Yeah.
Very nice, Steven. All right, so Laura, so happy to have you here. Steven, you're here. Next up, the person needs no introduction. You might remember him from podcast 1, 2, and 3. He's back. His fan club asked me, sent me an email. We need Brian back. Here he is, Mr. Brian, licking his chops. He's looking at that mic like it's corn on the cob. Brian. He's ready to talk. He's been weeks. It's been months. All right, Brian. Now is the time for you to say something to the audience.
Good morning, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Today is Wednesday the 19th. I love coming here, and it's been a great year. But it also been a sad year because one good staff was here. She was awesome. But I'm kind of glad that she's moved on to a better,
Talking about Liz.
better.
Shout out.
Shout
Liz.
out to Miss Liz. She was awesome. And the thing I like about it, I like to do all my art. I like to sing. I like to, and it make people happy that I'm back to do the podcast, and it really has been a awesome year, which I had a afternoon.
Brian, why did it take you so long to get back on the podcast? Why have you taken this hiatus from us?
Well, here's the thing.
I know a little something, but go ahead.
Here's the thing.
The fan club let you down when we had the voting.
That's
Yeah.
true. I forgot about that.
But go ahead. Sorry.
I had some death family, certain situations in it that didn't, and I was really irritable. I didn't, take care of myself. But I finally got better at it.
So I actually have an inside scoop of why Brian's been missing. He's been doing a lot of charity work. So for all your charity work down at the Lake Shelton, side note,
Of course.
our new sponsor, by the way.
They've gotten enough shout outs that
I
they were
know.
just like, business has upped its game about 50%
Yep.
because of the podcast.
Yep.
Jose's still down there repping us as hard
Yep.
as he can.
And then Scotty from the petting zoo gave me a call and was like, Brian's, he's done a lot of charity work down there, some volunteer hours, donated his hard-earned cash down at the Lake Shelton. So guess what, Brian? We're going to get you a special present for your chair. We're going to get you some spinners for those wheels, some rims.
Oh yeah,
I
would
reached
love
out.
that.
Oh, yeah. Well, hold on a second. X to the Z exhibit. You might remember him from Pimp My Ride. He called me up. I heard about your charity work, wants to give you spinners. The only problem is I called the fire marshal, and he was like, you need a permit for these spinners, Brian. So actually, I have a petition here right next to me. You need 50 signatures in order to get the spinners authorized here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go out in the studio and you're going to get 50 signatures. If you get 50 signatures, X to Z's coming down, pimping your ride.
So you want to be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You got to hit us up to get a pimped out ride.
You got to pimp my ride.
Damn right.
You got to pimp my ride.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, I'm handing him. Here's the petition right here. It says I need spinners, exhibit, blah, blah, blah. Need 50 signatures. There's room on the back. Tell them to sign on the back if they can.
There's
so,
also
Brian,
some very fun rims on the pictures
you
of
like
rims
that?
on there.
Just
yeah.
in case people didn't understand, there's
It is an
4
official
rims.
document, Brian.
Yeah, the fire marshal printed that out and gave it to me. It looks like clip art. It's not. That's official rims from the fire marshal.
That's right.
All right, you ready? Let me open the door. And you
Okay.
need 50
We're going to count
petitions.
this down. We're going to give...
Laura, you're going to sign? What's up?
I'm gonna sign it because Brian's my best friend.
He's your best friend. You're going to sign
All
it
right,
too?
here.
All right. I think you got 7 signatures already. So
I'll
now you
sign
only need
2.
43 more, Brian.
I'll sign too.
If you get 43 more, do you see those wheels on your chair? You've been wanting
48.
48? There's only 6 of us in here?
Oh, we're not all signing it.
Oh, we're not signing it? All
I'm
right.
against it.
Come on, man.
We'll see if you need that extra one when you come
Man,
back.
show a brother some kindness, bro. Eh?
X to the Z is really excited to come here and
Yep.
pimp your ride, man. You thought he fell off? No, he's still
No,
around.
he's still there.
Yeah,
He's still there.
he's a phone call away.
He's hanging out with Wu-Tang,
Method Man.
wherever Biggie is
So far, you
hiding
got
out.
2 signatures, Brian. Make sure you tell him the podcast sent you. All right. So give that to Brian. So
All right.
Steven signed, Laura signed. I'm going to open the door, and we're going to let him loose.
All right, Brian.
So, Steven, you got to fill the air while I'm...
All right, you ready to count this down, Brian? We're going to count this down,
Count it
all
down.
right?
I'm going to open the door. I'm
We're
going to
to
get
start
up.
from 10. Here we go. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pimp
All
your
right,
ride,
go, Brian. Pimp your
your ride, dude.
Pimp your ride. Pimp your ride. X to the Z.
X to the Z.
He's got to be at least 40 years old.
X to the Z gave Chris his number. X
Pimp
gonna
your
give
ride.
it to
Brian
you.
gets it.
Gonna give it to
Well,
you.
he's going to check back in. In the meantime, Steven with the sports report. This is Steve's Sports Report. Go ahead, Steve, take it.
This week in sports, my name is Steve-O, and here is the sporting news. I am glad to be a part of Fine Line Studios podcast and to join the team of award-winning journalists and new broadcaster. On July 11th, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game took place. The St. Louis Cardinals, our very own team, had a great event happen in the 6th inning. The National League was trailing 1-0. Guess what, bros? Our catcher Molina hit a home run. Rushed it and crushed it. Woohoo! This was the first home run by a St. Louis Cardinals player in an All-Star game since Reggie Smith in 1974. Unfortunately, it was not enough as the American League beat the National League 2-1.
Nice, Steven. Are they still doing like whoever wins the All-Star game gets home field advantage?
No, they lost that this year.
Thank you. That was weird.
No, I think it's whoever it's best record now. So going to the World Series.
Oh, okay,
that's
that
good.
makes more sense.
They used to alternate it back in the
we're going to the
90s,
World
and then they
Series
switched it.
now?
No, we're not going to the World Series. But the way they used to do it, the way they used to do it was whoever won the All-Star game in the World Series, either National League or American League, got home field advantage. So they're not doing that anymore. It was kind of a steep way to do it.
Also, they
Yeah, I
don't
didn't
do
The home field advantage. Get closer to the
so
mic.
they don't do the
Well, they tried to like give the All-Star game some sort of like reason,
Some meaning
yeah,
behind
exactly. But they don't do it anymore.
I'm
so
talking
happy.
about the World Series game.
it. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. We got some time. We got till October for that.
Oh,
yeah.
we do?
Oh yeah.
So they're still good.
They just had the All-Star game. You reported it live here on the Fine Point Podcast.
Yeah, Steven with
All
the
right,
sports.
next up, keep going, man. Keep going.
Okay. The St. Louis Cardinals are currently in third place
Our hometown team. Go ahead, Steve.
in the Central Division with 44 wins and 47 losses. 6.5 games back from first place. Who are your favorite St. Louis Cardinal players, past or present?
Laura's raising her hand on that one. Who's your favorite player, Miss Laura?
Yadier Molina.
Oh, good
That's a
choice.
good one.
All-Star, Gold
That's
Glove
great.
winner.
My other favorite ones, but they got traded, was David Freese and Albert Pujols.
Those are both all excellent players as well.
Yep.
2011, that was a heck of a year.
Very
David
good.
Freese holding it down.
Steven, who's your favorite player?
Two I really like
All right.
is Albert Pujols and Babe Ruth, but I don't know
Yeah, he was asking me. I don't think Babe Ruth
No,
played
Babe
for
Ruth
the
never- no,
Cardinals.
he was a Yankee.
Yeah,
who.
and
He's a
I think he
Yankee.
was played somewhere else briefly.
Boston,
Yeah,
I think.
that's right, because the Boston curse. Oh, wait. Is this Tina?
What?
Tina.
Special guest.
All right, Tina, do the weather. You
Whoa.
remember her from the Bad Girls Club, podcast number 5. Tina's back. Tina, what's the weather like this week?
Hot.
Thank you, Tina.
All right,
That
Tina
was
with
Tina.
the weather.
All
Clap
right.
for Tina. So that's Steve with Steve's Sports Report. Thank you very much, Steve. Next up, we're debuting a new track. So Gerald's the musical artist of the month. He does our the music for their intro. Probably one of the most excited people that loves music here. He performed last at the Get Down, Smile Ear to Ear.
If he
loved
could
it.
be a PR person, like if he could run the events at Hollywood Casino or the pageant or something like that. I mean, that is his job. He is a party planner.
It'd be
Loves
like
doing it.
Favaz from Keishi
Yeah.
gets on stage.
KC 95.
All right, what do you guys think about Gerald, the musical artist of the month? Oh, staff Danielle coming in from the left. What do you got, Danielle?
About Gerald, good story.
Okay.
Oh,
We were
Brian's coming
listening
back,
to
but Danielle, go
hard
ahead.
rock.
Brian's coming
We're
back.
listening to hard rock or hard metal, and he's like, he got kind of crotchety there for a minute,
Yeah, he's crushy, man.
and he uses talker, and he's like, white people music.
Yep.
Yeah, that
He's told me all about white people
That's
music.
people
another
music.
thing I don't like about that either.
he has his own opinion. That's what I like about Gerald.
He doesn't change is hard. Change is hard.
How
for
many
him.
signatures did he get?
How'd we do, Brian? Are we getting those wheels? Welcome back, Brian. Everyone clap for Brian.
Let's see.
All right.
How many signatures did he get?
Oh, let's see. All right, Brian, put yourself in position because we want some feedback here. And you came back.
First you got to
honestly,
rock, then you got to roll.
We got to get back to Gerald at some point, but you came back at a great time. Let's see. So it looks like you've been busy. You got Laura's signature, Steven, Kenny, without a doubt signed, Emery, Taj, Morgan, Brittany. Can't tell who that is.
Let me see. I'm gonna get it.
Aaron. It might have been Kelly or Ashley.
It looks like you just kind of focused on the staff here, Brian. What's
Yeah, and the
up with
females,
that?
the ladies too.
That's such a typical Brian move right there.
I think, yeah, Brittany and Ashley or Kelly, I can't tell. There's some cool signatures. Or no, Brittany is there. All right, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10.
Not quite.
Not quite
What do I
yet.
tell X to the Z, man?
Yeah, man.
And the fire marshal, he's involved in this too.
Did you not want your ride, Pimp?
I want the prize, but everybody is in the middle of doing working with their group, so I'm trying to not disturb them.
Very
Everybody's
good.
working with their group,
So you're thinking of other people before yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
We forgot about Gerald. We
Yeah.
had some good things about Gerald. Brian, name something good about Gerald before he plays track.
He does this art. He laughs all the time.
Great personality.
Yep.
Great. He had a wheelchair, but he can't use this word, so you can't really use this word, which is kind of sad to say. He can't use someone, but he got a good sense of humor, and Gerald knows what to do.
Nice. Shout out Gerald. We're going to play his song called Glory Be. Roll that clip by Mr. Gerald, who also authors the intro to the podcast. Roll that clip, Glory Be by Gerald.
All right, Gerald.
Yeah, clap for Gerald.
Gerald making
That's a
it
great
happen.
song. Great song. All right. Thank you, everyone, for participating.
I gotta ask Brian something.
Go ahead.
What if Gerald was in here and we gave him an exhibit wanted to
Oh.
pimp his ride? Do you think he would have gotten more signatures
He would
than
have
you?
got 60 signatures. He would have been out in the street canvassing the neighborhood. And this is the sign of not enough signatures right
Well,
here.
like I say, everybody is.
What do I tell X to Z?
Everybody is doing stuff with their patients, and I'm trying to get a ton of signatures from people, but
It was a challenge.
I wouldn't mind going back, but I'm just saying everybody.
How about this? I think exhibit will give you the chance to the next podcast to get all these signatures.
I'll send him a text, make sure that's cool, because we need the permit. We can't just have people getting blinded from your spinners. It's a liability, Brian.
But you know,
True that.
You know, Gerald does a lot of charity work too. And if exhibit came up to him and wanted to pimp his ride, I think he would have been able to do it. Brian, would you say that you were successful?
Yes.
What do you think, audience? Should we give him some more time? That's a yes.
Steven claps.
We'll give him some more
All
time.
right.
I'll send a text to X to the Z, and we'll take it from there. So we are wrapping things up here. Thank you guys so much. Laura, final thoughts. Would you like to say anything to the audience? Anything at all? No pressure, but now's the time to say anything about us, what you like about the studio. Anything at all. Go ahead.
Well, I like to tease people a lot,
Yes.
and I like to chase after them.
Yep.
Especially me.
Yep. Steven's a fun target. So
Very good. Thank you so much for coming out. Final thoughts. Steven, what would you like to say to the listening audience coast to coast and worldwide?
I like this thing we did today. It's really cool.
the podcast.
The podcast. Hopefully we can do it more often.
I mean, if you're doing the sports segment, I think you just solidified yourself as our sports reporter, didn't you?
I like doing the sports thing. It's really cool.
Did
and
a
I
good
like
job.
doing
Yeah,
it.
you did.
Right, guys? He did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He helped me write that script.
I a little helped Chris write it.
We're gonna have to
so
ask Exhibit what he thought, but I think
I
think he's a Dodgers
So it was
fan.
a really good fun time I had.
All right, Mr. Brian, good job. You got 10 signatures. Need 40 more. I'll text Exhibit after this. He's a busy guy. You know, we don't want to keep him waiting. But Mr. Brian, you got some final thoughts?
I got some final thoughts. You know, I had a death, but it was a little sad, but I got over it. And it's this.
Are you talking about your petition right now?
Yeah, the petition. Everybody, I got a lot of signatures. I mean, some signatures. Everybody was doing.
There's two I can't distinguish. Did you forge them? Did you write them yourself?
Yeah, I tried.
We'll send this to the review board and see what they think.
I mean, like I say, I tried to get more than that, and people are with. They with. Everybody is with different patients, and they think I'm interrupting.
So it
but
was a challenge because other people were working on projects and you didn't want to interrupt.
right.
Well, that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everyone that was with us. Evan Fortune on the buttons, making us sound good.
I'm back.
Charles
Every time.
is
You
here.
can just clap for me. Yep.
Charles, Laura, Danielle's in the back, the staff, thank you so much for your input. That was a funny story about Gerald. Cody, man, Steven, Brian, I'm DJ CT. Let's clap for everybody.
Yeah, let's
Good
give it
job.
up. All right.
Cody.
Number 7.
Number 7, lucky number
Rhymes
7.
with Evan.
It took us a month, so hopefully we'll be back in a shorter time period. We're shooting for a couple each month. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
X gonna give it to you.
That's praise God. That's the man that can fix it.
Every day.
We gotta let it shine on God every single day. But let's let God help you out. Don't ever let nobody get to you to run stuff off your skin. You have to think that God is out there for you.